Hello everybody, welcome to a random little Let's Build here. So in today's little Let's Build, we have the bow rock here. This is Lehvak-Kal. This is from the second wave of bow rock they did, which for those who don't know the whole lore of Bionicle, this is when they had a, sent out a special task force of bow rock to try reviving the queen. So by doing that, they were trying to steal the elemental powers from the Toa. So it's just a cool little random little bit of story there. But here's our wonderful little dude here. He is really cool looking. I love the artwork here. Love that old 3D render art they did for the series. Don't know what they did specifically for it, but there you go. You see the whole little mechanism there. Got the little face hugger looking things. I kind of forgot the name of them. I'm really sorry about that. But it's just Lehvak-Kal here. Oh no, it's the Krana. That's what it is. I think it's the Krana, right? Ooh. And then if you peel off this little back sticker here, you can display it really cool and perfectly. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. This little sticker is already peeling off slightly, so it might happen anyway. So, who knows. There we go. Pretty much a very simple little look around. The top of the canister has a little symbol for the bow rock there, which is really cool to see. At the bottom, you just see the Lego pieces and stuff like that. They're not in bags this time around, which is kind of weird to think about that. Most of the time, I'm used to them being in bags. Don't know if I should be peeling off the stickers here or just twisting the cap off. I don't know. Oops, that just ripped on off. Don't know how I'm supposed to be doing this. This is one of those moments where it's ooh, that's supposed to just rip off like that? I don't know if that is or not. Probably is, because it's just how those kind of things just pop off. Yeah, because you see the little underneath there, if you look up there. So yeah, these things are meant to just sort of rip off. Though I'm avoiding trying to rip it off, because I don't want to be weird to it. Or can it just... No, it can't. Okay, I'm not going to force it. But here we go, let's start opening this all up here. So we got our little instruction manual here. Kind of bent, but that's kind of not surprising there. We got our little masks and everything in there, which is really cool. I love how there's different types for each one. And I know the idea is they were supposed to be all collectible and stuff like that. Man, look at that art right there. Oh, it's so cool. And you got more little stuff there. Little connector piece that allows you to let them be suspended up in the air. And you got little story bits and pieces there for, I guess, the cannon right there. Little area of Motunui. Little lore bits and pieces. I haven't gotten too far in this part of the story arc yet for the 2002 era. Or 2003 era. I don't know if this is the beginning of the 2003 or 2002. But I've not gotten that far into it yet. Look, you can see the little connector piece right there, which is really cool to see that. I'm going to put that upwards though. And I guess we'll just move the instructions into my lamp here. With that weird little sticker piece right there. And I guess we'll just dump them all out. Got all the pieces nicely dumped out in there. I had to pick up a piece. That just weirdly fell down. And then we got another little instruction thing here. No mini CD in this one. I know that some of them do actually include a little CD piece in there, which is really cool in a way. What is in this? Oh, it actually peels back and stuff like that. I'm really trying not to break this because I'm kind of curious on what this is. I'm like, ooh. Oh, it's like a comic. Oh, that's really cool. I'm not worried about this because I know most of the comics are now pretty much all available online. Oh, the little advertisement piece. So there is the Toa, or the upgraded version of the Toa. We got the Matoran right there, which is really cool to see a bunch of them. Random little advertisements at the time. Got little racer sets, sports sets, and a bunch of random things. Even talks about the GBA game right there, which I think that's the second or third GBA game. Showing off the other little bow rock call or whatever. Pretty cool to see all of them in there. I'm guessing you can get different little mask pieces out of each set. I don't know. And there's a little comic little thing there, which I'm not going to get too far into because I don't want to be kind of boring to y'all for those who already know the plot pretty well. But there's our little comic thing, which I was not expecting that. Pretty cool. I know. So far I've only built the Turaga here, which those are smaller sets. So for me it's a bit of a different experience in a way. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to organize all these pieces real quickly before I actually do sit down and build them all up here, because I don't want to bore people with me just moving pieces around real quickly. So I'm going to pause real quickly and pick up the one piece that fell to the ground and just organize these all by color. So I'll be back in just a quick second. Okay, so I went and organized all the pieces real quickly. So everything is now set up to start the whole build process. But before we get to the whole build process, I wanted to look at this cool little piece here, which is the Krana. Really cool looking piece here. It's another little mask piece basically, which is really cool in a way. It has a nice little rubberized texture or whatever, instead of the nice little plastic feeling. The idea is, let's take one of the Terraria here for an example here. The mask will be popped off in whatever way, and the Lehvak-Kal, or whatever, yeah, the Kal, would sit down and put the Krana on their face. And there you go. He becomes infected by whatever. And now he is taken over by Zoborok, which is really cool. But I'm going to pop that back off. These masks are very easy to pop off, thankfully. So, just pop this one back on. And we'll look at the action features of the Zoborok when that does actually come around. If I can actually put this mask back on properly. Ooh. There we go. So let's start the actual building process here. So I'll put that to the side. And we're going to start the whole fun of building, which is really awesome. I'm just going to need to find out the instruction manual real quickly. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to have fun with that instruction manual. So, sit down. This right here. Take a thing to weigh it down real quickly, because it wants to keep unfolding on me. So we're going to take this nice little green piece here, by the looks of it, and we're going to put a bunch of little gray Technic pins in there. So we'll take one. I think this is the right size Technic pin. Good thing is they actually put one-to-one little measurements on there, so you can sit down and actually compare which pins are which is really nice. All I have to do is just basically slap a bunch of pins in here. Take the little smaller ones by the looks of it in the set. And there's your first 3 of the little Technic build there. Then it wants just to take this weird looking gray piece here, which would be great if I can actually show it off real quickly. So we're taking this weird little gray piece here, and we're going to pop it in right there. It's a bit of free moving, which is pretty good for us, because that's usually where all the nice little gimmicks come from. So I'm going to put that back down real quickly. Really wish this wasn't bent out of shape so much. Like, ooh. I guess I should get used to this. I don't know. I guess, like, in my head, I always remember the builds being a bit different back in the day. Now, for our next little build part here, we're going to take these nice little bone-shaped little pieces here, and we're going to match up the whole gearing, I'm guessing, by the looks of it. So, actually not match it up just yet. We're going to let this be a bit down. So I'm guessing the idea is, yeah, there you go. You see the little movement already of the gears there, which is super exciting. And we're going to put another one on the other one right there. So we get 2 of the gears all set and going for us. And then we're just going to take the other half of this little green piece here, and we're going to layer them down, which is pretty cool, in my personal opinion. I guess, let's see if we can actually layer them properly first. Oh, it'd be helpful if I actually flipped it the right way. Ha ha ha. One of those days where I'm like already like slightly tired, and I'm like, ugh. But I'm like super excited to be building this thing. It's like one of them Christmas miracle things where it's like, ah, it's the Christmas miracle. So there's our little piece here, and you can see the little movements probably happening now. Well, I say that, but it doesn't seem like it's moving like it was before. There you go. You can actually sort of see the movement there, which I don't know if that's on purpose or not. I guess we'll find out as we keep building along, though. You move other things around in my way, because I've had a weight on the page before. But now I don't need the weight anymore, so we're going to find our next little piece here, which don't know what it looks like specifically. It's a weird-looking gray piece by the look of it. Let's see, do we have any weird-looking gray pieces besides this weird-looking one? Let's see. Ah! Oh, because it's not gray, it's black. Why is it gray in the instructions? That was weird. So, this is black, actually, not gray. Because if you actually look inside the instructions here, it looks like a gray piece right there. I guess that could be black, I don't know. It looks gray to me. Maybe I'm just the weird one of the bunch. I don't know. I'm still very new to this whole building process of stuff. Used to more of the normal or the normal builds of Lego type things. Not too used to Technic yet. Though I'm very much going to get used to it at some point. So all we're doing is taking that little black piece right there, and we're going to put the little 2 Technic pieces in there. And we're going to sit down and match up the little holes to both these little things right here. So make sure to get that all set up in there. So now we have a little piece there moving back and forth, which is really cool. You can actually see all the little gear movement in there. Super exciting there. And we're going to turn over to the next page. And we're going to basically do the layering thing again. So we're going to take this little piece here, and we're just going to layer it on top. So make sure you actually have it the right direction. So we get ready for the whole layering process here. And there we go. Basically still allows you to do the same thing. You can already see the little neck piece and stuff like that. That is all going on there. So super, super exciting. And now it wants us to sort of flip it in a way. What is supposed to put pieces in? What is all going on here? Oh. It's telling me to just flip it this direction, which I don't know why. Weird that that's like an actual instruction in there. Just tell me to like flip it around. Flip it towards me, I guess. Who knows what that's all going on there. But now we're putting these cool little Technic round pieces in there, which have a little ball at the end and little, I guess, a round Technic hole. I don't know what you all call those yet, to be honest. Because we have like the little Technic cross pieces, and then you got the little pinhole type ones. I don't know. They just snap nicely into place, though. Make that nice little click sound for each one of them. And at this point onwards, we're now actually going to start putting on our rubber bands, which are right here. Kind of interested in seeing how good these rubber bands are overall. Which, I don't know how you're supposed to take them off. Do you just, like, grab them and go? Man, how do you grab these? Take a little thing to it. I guess the proper way of doing it would just be to grab, loop it. Don't put too much tension on the rubber band because you don't want to break it by accident. So there we go. Oh, it's only 1 rubber band. That's kind of interesting. I thought it was 2 rubber bands. It's not, actually. So I'm guessing the idea now is we take this, and we're going to loop it around this one right here. And then we're going to go around and loop it to the other side. Which, don't know what that's all supposed to do for us in general. But there we go. Got the whole little mechanism all set and ready for us. So now we're going to sit down and start setting up all of our pieces for the rubber band. Make sure I'm like reading like 1 step ahead. I'm like, gotta keep up with it, you know. So now we're going to take this little backpack accessory here, and we're going to place this on there, which fits all nicely in there. You can see nicely fits in there. And then it's wanting us to take a nice little Technic piece. We're taking this long one here. Which, there we go. Fits nicely in there. Because, yeah, nice long Technic piece. And now we're going to take the clear red pieces, which make the eyes, and start putting those bad boys in. So, super excited about that. Take the other side to it as well. And we're going to take a nice little stopping point and actually like look at the eyes so far. Look at that. He looks so cool. Aren't they looking complete? He's looking nice and fresh. Where do you see the little inside thing? That's where like the little, was it Krana's hold for a little bit there. It actually wants us to put the Krana in there now. So let's do that real quickly. Put our weird little rubberized piece in there. Look at that. Holds power. Reminds me of like the mask from like The Mask or whatever. I forgot what that was, like, the proper naming convention of that was. But that's what it, like, just reminds me of. So I'm going to put the piece down right now. And we're going to take this part right here. This is a nice little printed piece. It's actually printed on there, so super, super nice. I'm too used to like beat 'em on where like they don't print any pieces, they just like do stickers. So it's really cool to actually have like printed ones in the set. And there we go. That fits nicely in there. And you can actually see it has like a little bump there right in there, or right there. So it actually centers it out really nicely, which is really cool, like in my personal opinion. I think it's cool seeing like little details. So now we're gonna take little teeth pieces here, and we're gonna set those up as well, which pop those in. Sorry for dog hair. I own a dog that sheds way too much, and you can see the problems with that in some of these videos. Probably a lot of my videos, to be honest. My dog is a shedding beast, even though I like brush her and stuff like that. She just sheds like a monster. But there we go, got our little teeth pieces in. Oh, that's all nice and set up. So now we're going to attach this back to the main body itself. This is the little piece right here. So you see here, we're going to basically match up the little teeth pieces to the little Technic holes or whatever, the Technic cross holes down into there. So we're going to do that for both sides actually. So make sure you match those up nicely. And we're just going to push them on in. And there you go. They fit super nicely in there. Get that nice little teeth look. There's the face of the, was it Lyra, or the Lehvak-Kal. Don't know why I forgot its name, but that's just one of those things. I'm so used to just calling them the Bow-Rock. But it's just cool to actually finally have them all set up and everything. So now our next little fun bit is setting up the little Technic pins and pushing them in to the whole build here. So by the looks of it, it's just telling me it's supposed to make a nice little clicking sound. So we're going to slap them pieces in and hope it makes that nice click sound for us. Which, hopefully it does. Oh, yeah, there we go. You can see the little movement of the neck already. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. It's so cool to see that. Oh, is this like supposed to click down or something? How's that supposed to work? Oh, that's what they meant by the click. Okay, so you push down into that and it like hold on to the gearing right there. And now that instead of it like hopping up or whatever, it actually just stays like completely still, which is super cool. I was not expecting that little contraption there. So now we're going to set the next little Technic pin, and we're also going to put that one in the hole as well. Love the little exploration, like the exploration of building these things. But there you go, we're going to put their two little Technic pieces in there. Pretty cool to see the main body being built so far of the Bow-Rock. And now we're going to set this guy down for a little bit, and now we're going to start building the limbs to our wonderful creature, which these are all ball joints, which is really cool to see because I've not actually had much experience with doing the whole ball joint builds yet. So it's wanting us to just put this in and this in, and we're just going to slap that in there, which is nice and tight fit in there. And then we are going to take the little feet, plop the feet in there, which don't want to be too much pressure. I know people usually somehow break these things a lot of the time. Which I can see. I can already feel the tension if like you pull them in and out constantly. I can see the issues with that whole process there. But we're going to take our first, or the first foot here, and we're actually pop that into the Technic piece right here, the lower one. So the foot piece can now just slide on in. Gotta match it up though. See if I can do that properly. So there we go. We have a nice little first foot piece right there. Cool to have the little articulation and everything for that. Put that down real quickly. And I'm guessing it's just going to make us like repeat the steps again, but just the other direction pretty much. Well, not really the other direction because they're kind of both built the same direction-wise. So it's pretty cool. These are nice little silver pieces, by the way, instead of like the gray that they had us use for like the little axle pieces or whatever. These are actually a nice little like pearl silver piece, which is really nice looking. Really love the look of that. Turn the foot in the right direction. See if I can actually pop that in. There we go. That little foot piece is in there. And now we're going to go to the other side of the build and push that in there. So now we have our first like feet pieces, which I guess it's wanting us to actually do it like this. There's actually a few ways you can put the foot in apparently. It's wanting the feet to go like this way though. Well, this little gray piece like go in the right direction or whatever, instead of being like downwards. So keep up with that and make sure you do have both the pieces oriented the right way. And now we set up the arms, which are super exciting. Pretty much the same little concept here, where we're just popping in little ball joint pieces. Though this time around, it looks like we are actually going to be just popping them into there. And just make sure it's facing downwards. And then we're going to take the next one here and make sure to pop this one in as well. And there we go. And just have it sort of oriented like that in a way. And now we're going to take our little main figure build again. And now this time around, we're going to just push the little Technic pin into the little body here. And there we go. You see there the little orientation of both of them. And there we go. He's at a bit of movability now. But let's build the last arm piece here for us and get all settled up for him. Plop it downwards first. There's our little downwards one, which just goes downwards. And then you take the other one here, which just has that sort of nice little orientation this direction. And there you go. Pretty much nice little setup here. And you just plop it back in. And there you go. Got the nice little build there. Nice little arms and everything. Already really loving the look of this guy. So we'll move onwards. You know, we are getting close to the end of the build. It is funny, actually, in the instructions, they actually show you putting the arm upwards. That's kind of still the same process. I guess that's just to differentiate it a little bit. Which, I guess I should point it out right there. So you guys see that did it upwards that time. Pretty cool in a way, I guess. But overall, they're kind of just the same little sides. So it doesn't matter too much, I think. But now we put in our little crab claw looking things here. So we're now going to put our first one in. And there we go. There's this little crab claw looking thing. And then we're going to do the same for the other side, which also gets a nice little crab claw looking thing right there. And there we go. Got our nice little pieces in there. And I guess now, let's see if we can actually stand them up properly. See if I can... There we go. See if I can... Woo! Okay, so we finally got them standing up. Let's see if there's any more to the interesting little build here. So now we actually have them all set up. So the instruction manual, I guess now, is just showing little features. So let's actually zoom it out a bit. So now for our little first feature here, we got the little piece that just kind of allows us to do the little attack thing, which... Don't know how this works properly. I guess it's just like that. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, you just push it down a little bit and like the whole like mechanism just go whoosh. That's so cool. Oh, that's like really awesome. So that's really cool there. And then now it's just going to show us how to like fold up the body. So by the looks of it, it looks like we're going to push these arms back like upwards or whatever for like a second here. And it's wanting us to just fold the legs up in this like sort of direction here. Which I'm guessing just like does that in a way. I know. They don't really give like too much of a clear definition of how you're supposed to like properly roll him up yet. So there we go. We got our first little feet up like that. And then I'm guessing, by the looks of it, we take his little arms here. And then we're going to turn these arms in like that. Or not, huh? How do you do this? Okay, there we go. So, there's the first arm bent like that. So the idea is you'd push him upwards and then organize it like that. And then you want to basically bend that one and just push it down a little bit like that. Which is probably not that helpful of instructions, probably, for y'all. But basically, if I can show off the little gears and like their normalish sense. If I can, ooh, how's it? Okay, so you see the little joint there, the little knee area, it's actually bent sort of upwards there. And then on this one, which I don't think I actually bent these feet fully properly either. Yeah, I didn't bend them full on properly. These are supposed to be a little bit more upwards. And same with this side. So, there we go. So, these little outside things are supposed to be on the top and bottom here. Little knee pad, little bendings or whatever, the elbows and knees. So make sure those are in the right positions there. And there's our cool little dude in his little rolling state, which is really awesome to see. Which I don't think he's supposed to be... Oh, because his head's not, like, fully... Okay, there we go. So there we go. Now he's more a bit compact in there. Really cool to see the whole little like, transformer build of that. Really awesome. I probably could keep adjusting him to where he actually does be a lot more ball-like, but you can see right here, he does roll around really nicely overall. They get the nice little perspective of it all being rolled up nicely. It does actually show you how to like fully, properly do it throughout the instruction manual. I guess it was just, I thought I was being weird with it or whatever. Okay, but let's skip a few pages of that. I know people can tell me I did it wrong or whatever later on. Actually, let's see how it looks in that. Now I did pretty nicely in there. Well, except for this piece right here, which doesn't look that nice or whatever. But that is pretty much the sort of look to it. You can probably make it look neater or whatever, because by the looks of it, how they did it is like they actually had these like fold up to like the sides or whatever to look like that one weird little Gundam ball thing, and then you like finally push these down or whatever, which probably makes a lot more sense than what I was trying to do. But overall, still pretty cool. Love the whole little look of it and everything, the style. And now for the sort of last piece of the set is you take this little green thing here and take the other little green piece right here and just stick it on in, which it's kind of a weird fit. I don't know. There we go. Is that just how that kind of fits in there? Ooh, that is really weird. Is that just... Yeah, that is. That's how it fits in there. That's just a weird loose fit. That is super weird. Yeah, it just sort of like turns and stuff like that. And then the idea is apparently you're supposed to just find a place to hook them on there. Oh, it wants me to do... Oh, okay. I looked at the thing. I see what it was trying to do. So, it's not actually pointing down into, like, the weird little gearing area right there. It's actually pointing to this little back piece right here. And my dumb butt's just not noticing it. So, the idea is it pops in like that. And then there you go. You got your cool little dude there. If I actually probably put them together fully properly in the circle formation, you'd actually see that, but... I did not do that. And then you get your cool little floating dude. And if you're willing to pull off the little sticker thing, then you'd get like the whole little actual little moment there. Because the idea is you'd pull off this little back sticker right here, and you'd actually get this cool display right there. I'm not going to pull off the back sticker. Well, I thought about it because like this is already slightly peeling off, but I'm not going to pull it off. I know, it feels weird to sit down and pull off the whole little thing or whatever. But yeah, you can actually have a nice little back inside detailing there. I guess that's on the front side of the sticker. It's actually like dual sticking or whatever. So it's actually really cool to see that. And that's kind of our little build here for the guy. Kind of curious what this piece was for. It's just a random little gray piece in there. It actually did not show any use for the gray piece. So it's kind of weird. And so, I don't know if that's just like a spare piece or whatever, or just something to hold the rubber bands onto. Who knows? And if you actually look further into the instructions, it actually shows you how to build the little combiner model here, which looks also really amazing. I don't know if I'll get to do that at some... Hopefully one day I get to show off that whole build there. But overall, it looks really cool. Love the little design of it and everything. It's just really awesome to see everything. See him popping out a little canister from the ground and stuff like that. And just more of the awesome little builds there. I know, I just love the whole Bionicle story. It's so cool to me. And then you got little mask things, which you can actually see which one we got in this set, which was, I think it was that weird one right there. I guess like you get a possible choices or whatever. That's kind of cool in a way. It makes them more unique in a way. Get that nice little bit of randomness in there. But the idea, I'm going to go sit down and unfold them again. So, get a little unfolding action there. very easy to unfold at least, so we can actually sit down and put them right back into the mode again, which is really cool. I love when a whole little thing's like easy to sit down and undo, because I've dealt with Transformers before, and that was an experience and a half. So I was looking at the piece there, I was like, did that crack already? No, it did not. It's just how it's molded. I was kind of worried there for a second. But there you go, got the little thing there. Take out the other arm, unfold it. Very easy to sit down and actually unfold them. How easy it is to make it stand, though, is kind of hard there. So there's our guy in standing mode, and I'm kind of going to test out, see how hard it'd be to, like, take off a mask of a little Turaga figure here, which it's kind of weird to do this. I'm like, Okay, oops, this foot came off. These are kind of hard to like do this whole posability thing with them, but let's see if I can actually get the little mask off it. There we go. So there you go, got the mask to pop off, and I guess the idea is, if I can figure out how this whole little gearing system works here too, is that you would just be able to plop that off, and you'd sort of be able to flick it over or something like that. Well, I guess the proper idea would be to be like, wha-bam, and then you just kind of use your imagination to sit down and make no comma over here, just infected by the, dang, why am I forgetting the name of it again? But there you go, he's now infected, he's now working on the side of the Bo-Rock, so the Lehvak-Kal or whatever. But there you go, that's pretty cool to see that whole little gimmick there work out pretty well. And that's kind of the bit of the video here. Super excited that this was my first little canister build. I really love the Bo-Rock in general. They're really cool little figures to build overall. And I just love the whole gimmick of them too, of like being able to roll into a ball, and then that whole like feeling they have, and like the build up they had in the first like Motunui online game and stuff like that. So it is really cool to see them all just be set in this really cool mannerism. I know it's not like the original ones, but I still love the design of them. They're such like really cool little figures or whatever, little functions of them and stuff like that. So it is really cool to like see the whole like, gear movements and stuff like that, and just the whole like messing around with them. They're very fun to mess around with. They go up and be like, wha-bam, wha-bam. I don't know. I'm gonna have fun with that for a while, but well, for a while I say, but probably for like forever and ever and ever. But that's pretty much it for. Okay, we're gonna add a little segment here because I just realized that there's like one more extra feature in here that I did not notice while I was doing my video originally. The idea is if you push these eyes down, this little headpiece actually will like pop out. So there we go. Does that cool little thing there, and it just flips them on out. Pretty cool little idea there. And you can just pop the little piece in there. It's still the whole a little imagination piece where after you knock off the mask, you'd like had to put it on there yourself. But that's the purpose of the imagination, I guess. But cool little idea there. You can just sit there and flop the face down or whatever. Still super cool. I love the whole gimmick there. I'm just mentioning it now because I forgot to mention it while I was like originally recording the video. So that's pretty much it for the build though, and that's kind of my little end of the little personal update thing. I'm gonna have to edit the video a little bit more to talk about that, but that's pretty much it for right now. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all next time with future builds of Beat'em or Bionicle or whatever build really. I'm building anything on this channel pretty much at this point. At some point even Gundams. Once I get new hobby cutters, I really need to get new hobby cutters. Same reason why I haven't done Beat'em builds in a bit. But that's pretty much it for right now. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you next time. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.